What's poppin', y'all? Y'all already know you are linked into House of Harlem Studio, and I am your host, Kia L. And always in the building, my hitter, Shaka L. Bay on the ones and twos. And hopefully, we'll have our host, Waji, coming in. I miss you guys. I've been getting to the bag, so sorry. Excuse my tardiness today. Excuse my absence, all right? Last week and barely making it the week before. We're getting to the bag right now, okay, you guys? So please bear with us. We have to, possibly do a whole new schedule and possibly have a whole new studio. But in the meantime, in between time, you already know my lingo. We have so much to talk about. There's so much research that we've been doing on the back end. No matter what, y'all know we have to keep the information coming. Y'all know we're always doing our research. That has never changed, okay? We have had some deaths, personal deaths, friends and family members for the past week or two. In addition to some celebrities. So we definitely want to give our RIPs and our condolences to those. And we'll be mentioning them very soon. But what's going on, guys? I miss you guys so much. It actually feels like a little different sitting here. It feels like I haven't been on this in this seat in a while. So bear with me as I adjust back to work again, to my other job. We've been getting to the bag. That's all I can say. Where do we begin? As you guys know, the Rona cases are rising up. Our dear old good president, Mr. Byron, we're gonna call him Byron, right? Made a very interesting statement, as we all know, in regards to his sentiments regarding the Rona. All right. Hopefully my engineer can be able to pull up some videos, a really small snippet of a video of basically a news reporter being confused. Okay, this news reporter did get the slabber jabber, but she broke some things down because guess what? She has her common sense. All right. We also definitely want to give our condolences. There was a big fire in New York City, okay? And this fire, unfortunately, so far has killed 19 people, and I believe 7 to 9 of those were children. So we definitely want to give our condolences to those people. We'll speak a little bit about that fire, what started it, and unfortunately, people who are considered, low class or people who are in poverty or live in a low class area, they don't get the resources that people who have money do. So we'll talk about that later and kind of like analyze what happened and what could have been prevented in that fire. There's so much. Teachers walked out. New York City high school teachers walked out on students Tuesday that passed. So we want to talk about that. Teachers believe that students should do the virtual learning because the COVID cases are going up. So they're doing things a little bit different here in New York. I don't know about other states, but we have to talk about that. So COVID, kids are being sent back home with children. All right, we definitely have to talk about that. I believe, hold on, let me get my little notes because I had sent my engineer the notes. Oh yes, and if you guys are not aware, the National Guards were sent recently were deployed recently to 30 states. All right, so we got to revisit that. And there's so much more. There's so much more that needs to be spoken about. You guys know that we have a new, well, we might say mayor and governor, all right? And here in New York City seems to be and still is the pillar of all the Rona chaos. And it's just like, it's not ending. Remember when the restrictions were lifted up and everyone thought that they were going back to normal? And then you had those conspiracy theorists say, oh no, it's actually going to get worse. 2021, now we're in 2022. Yeah, it seems like things are getting worse. As we covered and spoke about viral shedding, okay? Afterwards, Dr. Fauci spoke about super spreaders, right? One and the same. And it seems to be happening at a rapid pace right now, right? Because now we're in the winter season, and just the typical cold and your typical flu and all of that stuff that goes around, right? Well, people are getting sick, and this time children are getting sick. But it's just interesting enough for me that the children who were like basically at the lowest rate of getting sick are now getting sick. And this comes around the time when the emergency slabber was approved by the FDA. Now all of a sudden children are getting sick. I have my sentiments about the slabber, and my viewers already know what it is. Other people have their sentiments about it. But as I stated before, common sense has to kick in before it becomes illegal. Okay? It has to kick in. And that's the bottom line. So with the people who did take the slabber jabber, who do believe in the slabber jabber, they too have questions. And these are just very prominent people. This is not just your typical John Doe on the corner. These are people who have and in good positions, right? Journalists, doctors, news, whatever. They have questions. And their red flags are coming up right now. They too realize that it's never going to end. It is never going to end. One slabber jabber plus another slabber jabber plus another slabber jabber. It's just never going to end. And so, as my co-host would say, how many, co-host, can you please finish that sentence?
How many shots are you willing to take?
How many shots are you willing to take? How many? How many are you willing to take? So let's see if we get this room filled up. Get some dialogue happening. It's been a long time. Co-host, I would like to send you 2 videos that I would, if possible, because I know you got to download it. No pressure. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. Shout out to the co-host, Waji. He's in the building. Waji's in the building. I hope you like my voice. Damn, Jada Pickens was hot. She's still hot. Was past tense. Just looking at an old photo of yours. Of hers, excuse me. So, listen to me, you guys. The birds are out here on crack. All right. I'm out here just like whatever, trying to get into the bag. We got a lot of things going on. There's some articles that I want to read. Now, the high schoolers in New York City were supposed to go on a strike. Teachers randomly left the children, and this obviously didn't cover the major news. It didn't hit the major news, but teachers randomly out of nowhere, last minute, left the kids in the classroom. Kid you not. They are on strike. and they feel like the children should have virtual learning because cases are going up. For some odd reason, the mayor of New York City, we got to give him a nickname. What can his name be? Made a statement that children are more safer with this Rona. Children are more safer in class than they are anywhere else. They're more safer in class. Huh? Make that make sense. Can y'all make that make sense? I kid y'all not. Y'all can't make it make sense because it just don't make sense. Children are more safer right now during the Rona. They're more safer at school. And then parents are wondering why children are not listening to them. They don't have no respect for them. It's the brainwash. Children will never, ever, ever be more safe in school than at home than with their parents. Never. If you have a, God willing, a good parent who is conscious, who is a parent that is not on any drugs or any vices or anything that would prevent them, from being a good parent, no one is going to be a better advocate for you than your parent. No one. I don't care what it is. I don't care how upset you may be with them. I don't care how much disagreements you guys may be with each other, whatever. No one is going to be a better advocate or have your best interests at hand more than your parent. So to all you teenagers, to all you people who are free thinkers right now because you're old enough to do so, I said it. And mark my words, you will learn that later on. And it's unfortunate that a lot of parents have to go through so much just to keep their children mentally well, have to keep their children spiritually well. And it's like they're fighting against the world. I'm saying they, if I'm not including that, it's like we're fighting against the world. Just to keep our head above water with just getting respect and acknowledgement from our children. So parents, and if you have some good ones out there, man, cherish it, because right now we in 2022, and yesterday's Rona is not today's Rona. All right. Anywho, I sent there are 3 videos that are and waiting to be uploaded on there. Okay, Waji said, what did he say? Oh, please hit the
How many?
how many slabber jabbers are you willing to take? How many? How many are you really willing to take? Because you get it. You get 1, you get 2. Now you got to get a booster. Then you got to get a third booster. You got to get this booster. Oh, man. And speaking of boosters, there's 3 videos on Messenger. Can you upload them for me, please? You guys are going to laugh at this. This is a prime example of what's happening to us. And so when you when you watch this video, you have a great understanding of what's going on, right? And y'all can't tell me this is not happening. Now, this is comedy. But there's some truth to this. There's definitely some truth in this. So let's see if we can get that up there. All right, let me get to the articles while he get that done. Let me get to something. Let me read something to you guys right now, because you got to make this make sense to me. And I'll tell you, Dr. Fauci recently got blasted once again for being a participant in the funding with the Wuhan, China situation, right? And interesting enough, do you know that these people are still providing funding to the scientists of Wuhan, China, gain of function, till right now, to this very day? Woo, you can't make that up. You can't make that up. And yet we're here divided. They're, the powers to be, whoever they are super excited and happy that, their plan seems to be going in the direction that they had worked so hard for it to go into. But I tell you, man, it is what it is. I want to read something. Well, someone had made a statement about Fauci, because this is in regards to him being once again called out on his BS. He looked very nervous in this interview that he had, and once again they have substantial evidence that proves that Fauci definitely knew what was going on with the labs in Wuhan, China, and he knew the corruptness that was going on, and he funded it, right? Now, after word got out, he redacted a lot of the information that was on his initial emails and paperwork. Very interesting. They just mysteriously are unavailable for some reason, and they asked him to release them. So one of the people had made a statement. People forget about all of Fauci's lies, okay? His distortions, constantly changing positions, right? He flip-flops. 1 minute put the mask on, 1 minute don't, 1 minute put two on, 1 minute don't work, right? He changing positions and deep state bias for a minute. He should still be fired. I agree with that. Fauci led a government agency whose primary duty was to protect the health of the American people. A biological weapon attack by enemy of the U.S. was entirely predictable, and that should have been the focus of the bureaucrats. Instead, when the Chinese released this biological weapon, right? This is what they're calling this. The first response of Fauci agency was lame excuse about their budget being cut. That was an out and out lie. Fauci should have been fired the day on the spot. Fired is an understatement for me. Fauci should not have been fired, okay? He should have not been fired. He should be in jail, okay? Too many people have passed from COVID, and even more people have passed from the slabber jabber. So fire can't help me. It can't. Did we get the videos uploaded? Huh?
I'm working on it because it's hard to pull them up from Facebook.
Okay. All right, so we'll just read the articles until then. So according to the NBC News, all right, y'all gotta look this up too. 2022 is starting off real good, family. So 2022 marked the change with the American Revenue Plan tax code, right? Due to the Rona 19 response bill that was passed last March. So this bill supposedly was passed last March. I didn't see the bill, but let's see. And the bill is pretty much regarding commercial transactions totaling up to $600 per year to the Internal Revenue Service must be reported by third-party apps like Zelle, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. So before last year, they had to report it if it was $20,000 per year. But now for just $600, all of your transactions will be reported to the IRS. So it said commercial transactions. So I'm assuming, like, how you sign up for the Zelle or the Cash App or whatever those apps are, and you have an option for personal and you have an option for business. I'm thinking that this is in regards to the business aspect of things. I don't know. We have to do some more research on that one, but just know any commercial transaction, we got to find out what consists of commercial. My understanding commercial is business, but hey, it is what it is. We have to make sure commercial, any commercial transaction has $600 or more has to be reported to the IRS, and that was a tax code that was passed in March. I don't understand. And the thing is, these things are being passed. No one really knows about it, and blah 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 blah. We're busy arguing with one another. We're busy trying to figure out whether the slabber jabber work or not. And while we're arguing, everyone else is pretty much just passing all these bills, passing all these codes. It's just ridiculous. I can't. So we have to say RIP first and foremost to our brother Muhammad. He what's going on, engineer? Okay, so we'll revisit that. We'll revisit it. Do you have the video?
I'm working on that.
Okay, engineer. Sorry, y'all, engineer. I'm going ahead of time. Engineers ain't working on this. I'm working on that. We all working. We all working. Peace, everybody. Well, let me say hi to everybody in the room. I see y'all. What he said? Y'all know I'm blind. I can barely see. Time to go private. Absolutely. Time to go private. Definitely. And I agree with that. But for me, we got to come up from out of her. Come up from out of the corporation. So it doesn't matter what state you're in. It's just pretty much just getting your team together and getting out of here and getting your land or getting your water or wherever the hell you want to live on top of water at this point. I don't know where it's safe right now. We got to go into the maritime law and just plop our asses right in the middle of the ocean. But they're there too, right? They got their submarines. They got their boats out there. So nowhere is safe. But, we got to consider, the Amish and how they doing it up in Utah. The Mormons, they got their own stuff going on over there. Just get off the grid physically. Have your own. Have your own. Because at the end of the day, we do the paperwork. Not every officer or government official will be honorable. They can still grab your ass up and take you wherever they desire, and you may have to physically fight. So I say it's time to really buckle down and at some point, very soon, practice the group economics. That's all I could say. Peace to Byron, Jason, Waji, Eugenio, Carl Victorian, how y'all doing? BX, Haas in the building, what's going on? How y'all doing? So I'm going to wait to talk about some of these people who have recently passed. And, it's unfortunate, but life continues. We have to make them proud. We have to continue on with our mission. And that's what it is. But let my co-host break that news. There's been a couple of people that have passed. But I'm happy that some people just, from natural causes, they were older and they just, they ascended. Now they're our ancestors, our guardian angels, and we're grateful for them in their service here on this earth. Give me a moment, y'all. I'm not quite sure if you guys know, but the National Guards have been deployed to 30 states. And if you go on the National Guard's website, you'll probably see that information there if they haven't taken it off. I'm curious as to knowing why that happened. I have no idea why. Why is that happening? But that's something that we should really kind of like prepare for. The what if, the what if, the worst that could possibly happen out of that. I don't know, concentration camps. Might, you know, the ones who haven't received the slapper jabber may have to go there. I know here in New York City, if you test positive for the Rona, they have hotel rooms that you can quarantine in for 14 plus days. Isn't that interesting? So, but the one or two people that I know that have taken that route, they stated that they were still able to go outside and walk around and X, Y, and Z, and they were not that strict with it. But it does exist, and at any given point, they could be strict. So, who knows? Teachers just left classrooms on Tuesday, left the students right in the classrooms, because cases are going up. People are really getting sick out here. Getting very, very sick out here, and I cannot stress enough how important it is for us to eat healthy, take all of your supplements, and the point is about consistency. This is really not the moment in time to really slip up. So at the end of this segment, we can definitely give you guys some remedy. Once again, just a reminder of some of the things that you need to be taking on a daily basis, if not every 2 days. You have to take them. Don't slip up on them. It should be a ritual. It should be a habit, a damn sure good habit of you to be like, oh, let me pop my sea moss, bladderwrack, and burdock pill in. Oh, let me make sure I take my vitamin D. That should be a part of your day-to-day living right now. It can save you, save your life. Now, does that mean you're not going to get sick? No, it doesn't mean that. But the probability of you getting, like, it becoming real bad when something foreign comes in your body makes the difference. It definitely makes the difference. So I want to show you guys this funny videos because these videos are hilarious. I'm just waiting for my engineer to just see if it's even possible to play. And also give our condolences to a couple of people, celebrities, and personal friends. So let's see. Peace, everyone. Salute. Excuse me. We got to go into private. It's not working. These videos are hilarious. I'm telling you, y'all gonna be rolling. Y'all are going to be rolling. Just be patient with us. What about the other one? Because there's 3. You're doing one at a time? Can you pull up that one now? Ah! Let's. Yeah. I have to figure out how to see. I can pull things off of Instagram without any issue, but when it comes to Facebook, that's a whole nother story. So let's just read the articles. Go on the site and let's read. All right, well, just pull up some articles from the site that we have. Guess y'all have to laugh a little bit later. What's up, y'all? I haven't been on here in like forever. Woo! I'm like, what? Shock Dog is telling me Drake. Okay. While he's pulling up these articles and these videos, which are very important, these videos is just more information about what's going on with the Rona and all this stuff. But in the meantime, celebrity gossip, right? And I need you guys' opinion about this. So, you guys know of the famous rapper Drake, right? I think everybody knows about Drake, whether you old, young, whatever. Maybe. So hopefully you guys in the chat know about Drake. There was a story that Shaka said a brother sent to him in regards to this, and I need y'all to give me all the scenarios possible in regards to this story, because this you can't make up. You just cannot make up. Like, I don't even know how it happens. So let me get that story. Let me get this story, because y'all can't. And obviously hold your children's ears, because, you know, it's about the SEX. And this is going viral, all right? So Drake is being sued, all right? And let's hear what he's being sued about. So according to WeGotThisCovered.com, right? An Instagram model is making a hot allegation, and I emphasize on hot, about superstar rapper Drake, right? Originally reported into MTO News this past weekend, in which he tried to unconventionally stay a step ahead of any sexual partners who might wish to have a child with the star, right? He got money, right? The model is claiming that Drake put hot sauce in his used condom after the pair had sex a few weeks prior on Tuesday's report. The model claimed that amplified in a Tuesday story from All Hip Hop was that she snuck into the bathroom after he got rid of the condom and tried to impregnate herself. She snuck in. After the ensuing unpleasant surprise, she allegedly said is interested in, and now is in a lawsuit. They didn't write that right. According to the site account, Drake and the model were at a party and went back to his hotel after they smoked some marijuana and then engaged in consensual sex. So she said it's consensual. After he went to the bathroom to dispose of the condom, the model allegedly sensed an opportunity to an attempt to retrieve it, leading to the alleged events, begging the question of whether Drake meant for the hot sauce to serve as a spermicide or merely as a deterrent. Now, like, I don't even want to go in furthermore into this story. Like, y'all tell me what's wrong with the story. Like, literally, tell me what is wrong with that story or what is right with that story. Now, you're a celebrity, right? And you want to do your thing. You're not married. You're open to do whatever you want. You're grown, right? You meet a young lady. The young lady meets you. You have consensual sex. Your spidey senses are already on 10, right? You know, allegations, this and that. You try to dot your I's. You try to cross your T's. You try to be a gentleman. But in this particular situation, you don't want to be used, and you don't want to be, you know, and father children that you're not prepared for, right? But you want to do your thing. You want to do your thing in the bed, right? It makes sense. I'm creating a scenario. You meet this young lady. Y'all go out. The first thing first. Y'all have the consensual sex, right? And I'm saying to myself, they claim he put one story says that he had the hot sauce already in the condom while they were doing it. We don't think that could be true, right? You put some hot sauce in a damn condom, you're bound to be burning your damn self. So we can probably rule that out, right? And then if you don't burn yourself, if the thing pop, you can hurt you. You can hurt. I'm sorry, guys, but this picture that he got up on the screen is beyond me right now. And you don't want to take the risk because if that pops, that can injure, that can hurt her. Let's do the scenario that you manage to do what you do. You get up, you go to the bathroom. Why would you put hot sauce in the condom? That would have to be intentional and wrap it up and throw it somewhere where she can get it. Listen, if you are going to, when you finish doing what you're doing, you want to flush that down the toilet, or if you feel that's not safe, then you can put it in your bag and bring it with you. You know what I'm saying? So y'all tell me what in the hot sauce is going on with this story. And there is a lawsuit. I think Drake responded. He responded to it. Let's see what he said. You can't make that up. He responded. He's like, ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way. Hot sauce? I got hot sauce in my bag. Drake seemingly responds to rumors that he put hot sauce. Yo. Excuse me. Every time, like, you hear some really awkward stories. And just when you thought the government was playing games with you with these stories, here go Drake and his shenanigans with his wife. So Drake is protecting himself at all costs. Of course you would. An Instagram model tells the Too Much Hot Tea blog that she had consensual sex with the rap star at a hotel. She claims that she screamed for the burning sensation before Drake ran into the bathroom. So here's the other scenario that I said, right? Some blogs are saying that, they were in the midst of the consensual sex and she got burned. And some people are saying that no, it was finished. Then she went there to take it, the sperm, to put it in her, and then there was hot sauce. So another question for me is there hot sauce that is not the color red? Because even if he intentionally did it and left it in the bathroom, then her ass would have seen that it looks red. And I would more likely think that would be blood, right? Ugh, it just makes me want to throw up either way when I think about it. He admitted that he poured a packet of hot sauce in a condom to kill the sperm, writes the outlet. He admits to that? Excuse me. Adonna's father seemingly addressed that wild rumor in the caption to the latest Instagram post. He insinuated that his alleged sexual partner was hungry for the 15 minutes of fame. That I can agree to that. You can have your 15 minutes of fame. I'll take the other 23 hours, 45 minutes. He captured a pair of photos. Too smooth, Pappy. Too smooth. What's going on? Someone wrote. Can you read what someone wrote? Shout out to the chat if you want to start with the shout outs.
That woman is trifling for doing that, and that's some weirdo-ish.
I concur. She definitely is trifling for doing that. She makes no sense at all. None whatsoever. And we're going to keep that where it belongs. We're going to keep it where it belongs. Excuse me. Every time I be getting up here now, I be yawning. You can't make that up. Sorry for our absentee. We've been getting to the bag. We have all these entities that we're trying to juggle. One of them being a physical brick and mortar. And hopefully we'll be able to keep this day and time for the House of Harlem studio. And we'll definitely be recording in another location so that we'll be able to get to you guys on time, because it's hard to juggle so many things. Engineer, please tell me you got a video, engineer. Or read the articles from the site that you...
This video.
All right. Well, let's play it. Not to mention, you guys, y'all know that we just got out the red flag. Are we still on probation here with YouTube?
Yep.
We are still on probation. So we have to make sure that we're on our best behavior so that the bots don't pick anything up. When are we off for probation? All that clicking, I know it got to be an easier way. You said the what?
Question: any response to a recent statement from Senator Sinema's office indicating she would not be in favor of changing the rules in dealing with these two pieces of legislation?
Look, I think that everyone is going to have to take a hard look at where they want to be at this moment in history as we're looking at efforts across the country to prevent people from being able to exercise their fundamental rights.
Question: any response to a recent statement from Senator Sinema's office indicating she would not be in favor of changing the rules in dealing with these two pieces of legislation?
Look, I think that everyone is going to have to take a hard look at where they want to be at this moment in history as we're looking at efforts across the country to prevent people from being able to exercise their fundamental rights.
Now they can hear you.
All right. Read. You have to speak a little louder. You can leave it there.
Forming or relating to the most important part of something basic. The Constitution ensures our fundamental rights.
What is the difference?
There is no difference. There's nothing to difference. The bottom line is what she was talking about, based off of this very, what she was talking about off of this very definition is they're efforting to get rid of any rights that you have protected by the Constitution. So they want to convert this country to communism or totalitarianism or maybe Marxism. but it definitely is not a republic. And I don't think we've been in a democracy for quite some time now.
I would love to hear someone debunk that.
So what do y'all got to say about that? We're not even playing games with it right now.
No, we're not. We're not. It's unfortunate because some people, right, even according to their definition of democracy, they're in La La Land. That doesn't exist anymore. This is definitely a complete dictatorship. At some point where someone wants to, do duress or coercion, right? Just tell you that you're going to have to do an action in order to keep your job. It's just like, I don't know where y'all see that being free. This is not the land of the free, home of the brave. This is none of that at all. Hello. Can you shout out the chat and people are writing in there, please?
Well, they were talking about Drake. Kay said the woman is trifling.
Absolutely.
KB says then she want to turn around and sue. Damn.
Because she got hot sauce in that V.
And then Kay says earlier today on another show, they said Drake should have put Gorilla Glue in the condom.
That means on the outer layer, not
oh my God.
That's
It would have been crazy.
That's completely ludicrous. Like, come on, sis. It's not happening. I've mentioned, I believe, if there's any other scenarios that I left out, please let me know. I've mentioned those scenarios. If they were in the bed and he put the hot sauce in it before putting it on him, it would affect him in a way, and then possibly affect her, right? So they wouldn't have been able to complete that, right? That process. We did the scenario if he didn't do that, he put it in the condom later on. Why would he throw it in the trash? If you're very concerned about being used and abused and having children out there, you're going to throw that in the toilet, or you're going to bring it home with you. No, he didn't go there with that. No, he didn't. Please look at that. Can they see it?
Yeah, you can see it there.
Trojan.
Shout out to your boy Drake. Once again, he turned it up. He turned the oven up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't.
Limited time. Come and get it. You know what I'm saying?
And let me
for that sneaky link that just don't get the. She didn't get the memo. She on one.
Let me tell you something.
This is what you do.
Let me tell you something. I wouldn't be surprised if he did come out with a condom and made freaking millions from this. Millions from this. That's all you doing, sis, is making him even more rich. That's all. That's all. That's all that's happening.
She thought she was getting a come up.
Right.
She got torched up.
But you know what? I'm grateful that she didn't come out and say something crazy like he sexually assaulted her or it wasn't consensual. I am grateful for that. Although there's some other BS. You know what? I think that's more. It's lightweight where her complaints are in comparison to the other allegations. So I'm grateful for that because a lot of brothers unfortunately are being accused of stuff like that, and it's never true. I actually watched the old clip on Ayana's show where for 25 years a mother lied about a father raping his 3 daughters, and she would say it to them all the time. They had took a lie detector test. He took one and he passed. That never happened. But she took one and she agreed that she lied. And it was very sad. It was very sad because unfortunately this man had to live for this for 25 years. And children can easily be influenced and brainwashed. And although this never happened to them, the mother kept drilling it in their heads. I don't think they necessarily agree with it, but they were a little bit confused. And he couldn't forgive her. He could not forgive her. Ah, I'm telling you. A straight ride, absolutely, man. You guys, a straight ride. So I'm assuming that you guys are on do not believe her story and don't care for any of her stories. And I don't either. I think this chick is full of it. She's lying. The story don't add up and it just don't make any sense. I didn't hear her personally tell her story, but just with the little snippet of details that they did say, or none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. It doesn't matter if he in the room, out the room. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Drake, keep your head up, and you know which head I'm talking about, right? So come on, man. Let's get to these articles, please. Let's get to the stuff. I know these people want to go to bed. I gotta go to work. So let's go get to these articles. Keep your head up. And just know that Drake is going to make a business deal out of all of this. What is it? Trojan man? Trojan man. About to pay Drake. About to pay him some money. Engineer, we're waiting for you. You're trying to find what?
You said State of the Union canceled?
Yes, absolutely. I sent him some titles of some things that we need to speak about. Word out there that certain things are being canceled. I don't know if you guys know about the State of the Union, but I'm hearing that happens every so often, and one was recently supposed to happen this month, I believe, but it's pushed back to you got to put 2022, pushed back to March. So let's see if the article that I read from. What date is that?
In March.
What year?
2022.
Okay, we'll read it.
It says,
Because if I'm correct, didn't this happen last year? So that's why I asked for the year. Because this seems also familiar.
they said it's later than usual. Trump delivered his last State of the Union on February 4th, 2020. That was when Pelosi ripped up the paper behind, when she was standing behind him, in the Congress.
Very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. That went viral. We all remember that, right?
So now,
Yo, I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, everyone's calling Trump an a-hole, but he seemed very generous to me. Because she would have been out of there. She would have been out of there.
so Biden's address is 1 day shy of his 100th day in office, which is pretty late for a president to be addressing a nation. But keep in mind that there's so much that they dropped the ball on, you know, that they really got to get all of their nonsense in order before they can really go up there and look the people in their face and lie to them again. So,
right. They have to set it up right. They have to be mindful of every sentence that they say, you know, because nothing is making sense.
yeah, so it's really like off the hook here.
It's so sad.
And you know, it almost makes you feel sad, feel sorry for Biden because.
I don't feel sorry for his ass.
Now I said almost. I didn't
Okay.
say we felt sorry for him now,
I know.
but you know what? Forget I said that because he's a racist. You know, as far as I'm concerned, his legislature borderlines on him being a total racist. So I'm not even gonna go there. Now we got an elder woman who has 2 variances. You know what I'm saying? You can't make that part up. An elder woman
2.
has 2. Her body couldn't make his mind up on which variant it wanted. So they said, listen, we just going, you know, we're gonna party, we're gonna have a party. Y'all can both come. Now, please help me make that. And this is, but hold up. And this is from 2021, July.
Mm-hmm.
So it says a Belgian woman infected with 2 COVID variants at the same time. So, you know, and this is a woman in her advanced age. So you got to think like,
What the hell is going on?
Yeah, what's going on? Because they said that last time I checked the elderly were at extreme risk, and she walking around, you know,
2 variants.
with 2 variances. Like she got 2 pocketbooks on her shoulder,
It's crazy.
sporting them shits. She over here sporting 2 variances.
I don't, you know, it's not funny at all. But I'm telling you right now,
Shit is stupid.
how is the slabber jabbers helping? You know, and how is it helping? You know, the surge right now is going up. A lot of people are getting sick, and you know, some is the flu, some is the cold, some is the Rona, and it's just hard to tell. And it's a big circus. What did the president just recently say regarding Rona? He said he admitted that is what?
It can't be stopped. They're never going to be able to stop it.
The moment he said that, that should have got a protest. What do you mean it can't be stopped? You just told all of us to take these slabber jabbers. You're approving this booster. You're approving that booster. What in the slabber jabber is going on here? I really wish my videos could be played. Did they upload yet? What is going on here? And you have Miss Kamala, who has disappeared since she supposedly has been in there, and she resurfaces when? January 6th. Y'all know what day that is, right? January 6th, she decides to give a speech. That is the most important day for her after all that's been going on with the Rona, after all that's been going on with fires, after all that's been going on with the weather, after all that's been going on with people losing their houses, losing their jobs. That was most important to her. January 6th. What they call it? Insurrection? What the hell did they call it?
Yeah, insurrection.
January 6th. That was what most important to them. Nobody, one person passed?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I mean, due to it, you know, because a couple people had strokes or whatever. They trying to make.
They had heart attacks. Yeah, I know.
You know. But
They know.
The only one other person that got killed was killed by an officer inside the place.
One of the officers who just let them walk in. It's on footage.
Yeah.
They just let them walk in.
It's all on tape.
But yet they're trying to go around prosecuting and doing all kind of other stuff, arresting everybody else except the people who let them in. Literally, no fight, no will. Open the door for them. We see it on camera, literally. And so, and now she's back in the shadows, in a cave somewhere. We have no idea where she's at. She is literally gone. Back into her cave, her man cave. I must say that she did pop up on an interview with Charlemagne. Oh, the theatrical event was just amazing to me. They put a little clip up there in regards to him asking why she's not there, this and that, and then she really is Biden really the president of the United States, and she just went on a little 2-second rant, and then the next thing you know, he said, "Oh, that's the Kamala that I want to see or I want to hear," and the next thing you know, everything was fine. I mean, come on, y'all. The past 4 years, if y'all haven't realized what's really going on, you really are in another world. Because it can't be this world. That's for sure. Anyway, whenever you guys get the opportunity, please hit that like button. All right, make sure you share this video. Make sure you comment in this, not in the chat, but in the description box after the fact, letting us know what's going on, what we need to work on, and so forth and so on. There were 2 videos that I really wanted you guys to see because it really does sum up the year. Okay, so just read the articles. That's okay.
The National Guard's thing might not be from this year, it's from last year. New York City, you spoke about the PayPal thing. You spoke about the high school.
Yes, high schools are, now.
And did you know that they are sending the test kits home with the students?
I don't know if anyone knows.
Did your child come home with a test kit?
Did anyone's child come home with a test kit?
Anybody's child come home with a test kit? We want to know because, they doing that.
I hope that people can respond from different states. Because here in New York City, if a few children come up positive with the test, They shut the class down and you have to do virtual. Now the virtual is different from last year. It's just like, I believe, a pre-recorded thing, which is just beyond me. This stuff is just crazy. All right, so that's for the most part. But now they're sending kids home, and it's up to the parent to take the kid, which is fine with me. I'm okay with that. And then if they test positive, they have to quarantine and do virtual. And if they don't, they can come back to school. And that's what that is. Yeah, please read. Please read. And then we're going to just give our condolences to those who passed. And we're out of here.
Yo, they have an after-school Satan club for ages 6 to 11 in an Illinois elementary school. Now that has sparked an outrage. An outrage.
They're playing games.
An Illinois school district is under fire for allowing an after-school Satan Club program being offered by the Satanic Temple.
And I bet you that's a school with a bunch of melanated people, children.
You'll find out. Many parents are reportedly furious over the meetings that will be held at J. Adams Elementary School in Moline. Dr. Savage, the superintendent for Moline Coal Valley School, said the school and its teachers are not involved in the club. Flyers were placed in the lobby of the school, and parents must sign a permission slip to allow their children to attend, just as they do for Boys and Girls Scouts and any other club.
First of all,
so they are saying they're not a part of it, but they're condoning it.
I was just about to say that, because most schools, you can't post anything in the schools. You cannot post anything in the schools without getting permission. So that's a flat out lie right there. You can't. I can't go in there and post anything in the schools without the superintendent, principal, vice principal's permission. And students can't do it either.
Yeah. That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. You know, it would have to be in an Illinois area.
Absolutely.
Where you know it's saturated with melanated people. But that's another one. That's another one. We're gonna leave that right there. We ain't gonna go hard on that. Okay. Let's see what else we got here.
Well, we're going to give our condolences out to the people who passed. So, if you guys are not sure, Sidney Poitier has passed. Okay, he has ascended. Dope brother. Dope brother. Definitely beyond my time and my years, but I definitely knew who he was. And we definitely want to give our condolences to the family. He's ascended on the other side now, so he's going to do that work for us. So, call on his name. He has had a wonderful craft, right? And he was good at it.
Yeah, he was 95 years old, so
what's his time?
He did a great deal of work. He was very talented. He was a funny guy.
Very funny. I've seen some videos.
And he's someone who pioneered melanated folks in the craft of acting.
That I didn't know.
And
so he paved the way.
A very, very active was someone that fought and locked arms with some of the great leaders of our time, melanated leaders of our time. And he did the work.
Right.
You know, he did the work that is expected of us. He did a lot to pave the way for us to be able to do certain things, for us to be getting certain kinds of recognitions. So,
We definitely
give
got
that man his props.
Yes. Ashe. So we give thanks to this brother for paving the way for us, right? A lot of actors and actresses and poets and people from so many different crafts, right? Back in the 1900s, the 30s, the 20s, the 40s, had struggled to get to where they were. And they were like, you know, once he's, like he said, the pioneers of where we're at today. So we have to really give thanks. We have to give thanks. There's a lot of people who did not have it easy. We think we don't have it easy now. These people were getting beaten and backlash, were not even allowed to be on stage or set with the group of people that was in control of everything. So we want to give thanks to him, man. We give thanks. We give thanks to him. We thank you, my brother, for paving the way for us. And who is the next person?
The next person would be Betty Davis.
Miss Betty.
The golden girl himself.
Let me tell you something. And I don't know if my mother's watching, but when I was younger, I would sing that song. I don't even know if my brother remember, but we would literally wait until that the preview. You know how the show starts, and we would sing that song.
Thank you for being
Right, and we try to see who said it better or who knew the words. Travel around the world and back again. My heart is true. What? Something about you or something confidant. Yes. And if we knew, honey, invited everyone we knew. I mean, I would literally sit there. And you know what? Those are the moments that I enjoyed so much being with my mom, because she just introduced me to that world. And I don't know. Although Betty clearly seems to be a white woman, she, you know, felt like a sister. All of them on that show. The way they their characters on there. So man, listen, man, R.I.P. to Betty. She was real. I don't think she was a racist. She was a real one, you know. To my understanding, she was a real one. And if we threw a party, invited everyone we knew. So how old was Miss Betty for her passing? I don't know.
Oh, I think she was 99.
Right. It definitely went viral. I remember now, she was 99. So I feel like with these two people that just recently passed, it was just their time. It was their time to ascend. They did what they had to do. They're passing the torch to us. I'm rocking with Betty. She was a real one. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Body 99.
99. Yes.
And yeah, she was very talented. She was
something else. I liked her character.
And she was a very, very.
She was another activist. I'm hearing.
Energetic. Yeah, she kind of.
Another activist.
She was a pioneer in being an actress, because she came up in a time where
There's segregation, right?
Women were, you know, they were kind of like an afterthought. They only could be in a supporting role. You know what I'm saying?
And they broke the barriers, all four of them on that show.
Uh-huh.
So you had the, you know, segregation going on, but then you had the women's rights on their side going on. So once again, they broke barriers. And she was rocking with us too. You know, not only that, she was, you know, heavily involved with people who were activists within our community. So, yeah, man, shout out to Betty, man.
And the funny thing was, I don't think I think she was one of those that never resorted to the whole plastic surgery thing and doing all of that cosmetic stuff.
Gorgeous.
She never did any of that stuff. I don't believe.
They made mention of that? Wow.
No, I'm just saying. I remember growing up and seeing her. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So how could
she
you
never
tell?
Really looked different because you never saw her at a point where her face looked like it was stretched out. It was pulled back.
Right.
All this other stuff. Like she was trying to fight.
So she had that natural beauty.
Like she was trying. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. She just was like, look, I'm going to get old at some point anyway.
That's right.
I'm going to do it the way I do it.
That's
you know
right.
What I'm saying? Because she
it was
wasn't,
real.
She wasn't an ugly woman. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all. I'm looking at look at the picture now,
right.
guys. She's very
she
beautiful
had to
woman.
Probably be in her 50s or 60s.
Gorge. Gorge. I think she had melanin in her.
Was in her 60s.
You see her hair curly? She was mixed. She had melanin in her. That's what it was. That's what's it.
Those curling irons. She wasn't.
I don't know. Betty and them, they all the Golden Girls. They had no.
Unless a melanin man was in her.
No, her
the only melanin that was.
The mannerism, the rapport. Like they had that oomph. They had that soul with them.
Nah,
I think they had a little bit of melanin, and I'm telling y'all.
Listen, you might have to go back at least 5 generations to find it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the only melanin she had in her is whatever melanin man was.
And I'm pretty sure she had a few of those.
Right.
Anyway, who is the next person, man? Listen, R.I.P. Our condolences to Betty and her family. I'm rocking with her. Dope person. Liked her so much. Continue to like her. Listen, man, she made it past Sydney. What's up with that, man? I hope they didn't get that adrenochrome, all that stuff.
She might have been born before him, so you know what I'm saying,
depending on right, yeah, she might have been older.
Might have been born before him, so yeah.
Yeah, but she was born before him. Then she, you know, she lived.
No, I think she died before him too.
Okay.
She died before he did.
All right, man. Condolences to the family, man.
All right, the next one is this guy. I don't know if anybody would know who he is.
Oh man.
But this guy here.
Another one.
He is somebody that would probably well, you know what? Y'all gotta know who he is, because most of us grew up watching him on Full House. He was the dad.
He was the dad of every house.
Right. You know
For what I'm hearing, I've seen other clips. I'm like, what?
What's that other? It was like America's Funniest Home Videos.
Oh yes. What are we talking about? Yes.
Yeah. So he used to be the host of America's.
So he was a host of a few things. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and was a stand-up comedian. Like
I didn't know that.
He has such a squeaky clean image that if you saw him on the show, you'd be shocked because his show was anything but squeaky clean, and he made a point of that because he has such a typecasted image of him in Hollywood that he went out on the road and just let it fly. You know what I'm saying? Trust and believe.
So I gotta go back in the archives and listen to some of his his material.
Some of his stuff on,
his material.
Recorded,
right.
He was about.
And he was really good with keeping his image clean. I see, because he seems so.
Well, I mean, personally, but as far as the craft is, he understood comedy. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like he was going to go up there and tell water cooler jokes and all of that other shit. He was going to tell jokes like everybody else because he's one of those that grinded early on the comedy circuit.
Right.
You'd be surprised at how many actors and actresses in Hollywood have had to go the route of getting on that that stand-up comedy circuit in these little hustle and bustle towns and cities all across the country, just to keep their, keep their craft up, only to get that one shot, and they made the best of it.
Well, he was good at what he did.
Was one of those.
Rest in peace. What was the cause of death? It was natural as well.
They said he died of COVID.
Rona.
Yeah. So what happened was, and this is a testament to his to who he is in his nature as a comedian. He did, I think, an interview 2 days before he transitioned. And no, what happened was he got tested 2 days before he passed, and he was making a joke like, "Well, I hope I make it." You know what I'm saying? He's like, "Yeah, hopefully I'll make it." And unfortunately, he didn't. And they found him in his room, in his hotel room, bags packed, like he was about to go somewhere, laid out on the floor with his hands on his chest. And he was only 65 years old.
That's too young. That's too young. Well, my condolences, bro, man. Listen, I definitely will go into the archives and listen to some of your material. I did not know that part of of him. Yeah. I mean, it's clear as day with just the one show that I watched with him in it, Full House, that there was comedy in there. There's a lot of comedy in there, but it's very undertoned. It wasn't nothing crazy. It catered to the younger generation.
And you know what? I gotta also say he was a big time writer in Hollywood. You'd be surprised
now
how many shows he was writing for.
A part of. I was gonna ask you that because of the comedy aspect. I wondered if he was, a writer for the actual show. That was a question in my mind as you were speaking. So you pretty much just answered my question. It may not have been for that particular show, but we definitely know he played a part in a lot of other shows. And that's what happens. Sometimes we think people go off the grid and we go, oh, they don't have money. No, they know where to get the money at. And a lot of these people, that probably was his initial talent, but you have to do things the opposite way to get into the door for what you really are good at. You know what I'm saying? So once again, condolences to the family, to his family. Another great dude in my book. I don't, I never heard anything racist about him. Stand-up guy, and you would greatly be missed, man. You would greatly be missed.
Yeah.
So here, House of Harlem Studio, we give our condolences out to the family. A moment of silence.
To, Bob Saget.
Bob Saget. I didn't even know his real name. It's crazy. The things that you don't know. And it's unfortunate that we always have to, do the research and give them their flowers after the fact. But I'm pretty sure people were close to him and knew him and gave him his flowers way before them, man. Shout out to you. So who's the next one?
The next one is our brother.
This sharp brother right here. This shiny brother. He a shine.
This is our brother, Alfred Muhammad Bey. He's a dear friend of ours, very dear.
Yes.
And was a teacher. He understood, was very astute in his studies, in law and commerce, and he was helping a lot of people. He was helping a lot of people with gaining financial freedom.
Absolutely.
Through what we, I ain't gonna use that term, but what we call, what some would consider redemption. I'll use that term.
Right,
So
that's a good one.
he was using a process in redemption to get people financial freedom. He was teaching. He had appeared on one of our family's shows that's on YouTube. Our brother Hank.
Really good show, great content.
Yeah, great content, magnets, crystals, and pyramids.
Go check them out.
Check them out.
Absolutely.
Check them out. He was a brother. He served in the military, and and went to college as well. And he used to always tell me about his college professors that pushed him
to be the writer that
be, to be a great writer. You have to be able to express yourself eloquently, simplistically, concise. These are the things that he passed or suggested to me. These are some of the things that you want to do. You want to be very to the point with what you want to say.
Right. You don't have to be long-winded, even verbally or in your writing. And they just teach him a style of how to do that. And he really appreciated it because he referenced it a lot. And I got to hear it personally myself. But he was a very disciplined man. See, it's very hard to have discipline. I struggle with that myself a lot. And he wasn't really a procrastinator, and I must say. We can go on and on and on about this brother. He's
gonna have a service this weekend in Florida, where he was born and raised and resided at in the Florida territory.
And he's gonna be greatly missed.
Yeah.
Brother Muhammad, you're gonna be missed. He was very rough around the edges, but he had a heart of gold. And he's definitely going to be missed. There's another brother that didn't make the mark with the pictures, but we want to also give our condolences to Big Eye God. Yeah. Big Eye God. We have, I'm realizing that we have access to some really big heavy hitters in this world. People who has accomplished a lot. And, sometimes you got to, take a seat back and just really sunk in with all the beauty and all the people that you have had a privilege to be around, that some people would love to, to just have a conversation or get information from these people. If you guys don't know of Big Eye God, he was very, very big in the music industry. And Shaka, you can explain what he did. And just like, a little bit of his background.
Well, he goes back to being a part of Boogie Down Productions. He came up, he was from the Bronx. He came up through the ranks of rolling around with KRS-One.
Yeah.
You could say he was still part of the BDP family, but he went on to go and do different things. He was a behind-the-scenes man. He was a manager and a promoter. He was currently managing Smooth B of the group Nice and Smooth.
Yep.
So he was assisting in furthering Smooth B's career. They had made some great strides and accomplished some really good things in a relatively short amount of time.
Yep.
And he was I spoke to iGuard maybe a week and a half before he passed, and he was explaining to me some of the endeavors that he was getting into, and was giving me he basically was giving me um, access to what he was doing,
It was pretty big in the industry, entertainment world.
and you know, giving me a lane to get in. Like if I wanted to get down or get involved with what he was doing, he was giving me an open invitation. That's what I was looking for. So he basically was giving me an open invitation to get into what he was doing with his promotion company, and you know that's my guy, that's my brother, and he's definitely going to be missed as well. You know.
Yeah, the movie that's supposed to be coming out. Once again, Smooth B reaching the charts with the reviews on his current music. All right, he's coming back out. If y'all don't know, he also had two other artists that he was managing, and a younger artist. He did some, did some production with some known names. You know, I don't know if we can put that out there, but he's gonna be missed as well. Another brother, rough around the edges, but it was always about his business, and had a big heart.
Yeah.
And yes, very very big heart, and it just goes to show. And his passing was sudden as well, and we just want to give our condolences to him and his family. Fortunately, I don't know to say unfortunately, I believe his service is this Saturday as well. So Shaka and I have a lot of juggling back and forth to do this Saturday. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot for us, but we're gonna get it done. And that's about it. Sometimes people give money to people that they don't know. They just hear their stories and feel compelled to help. Brother Muhammad do have a GoFundMe. So if you feel in your heart that you can assist or help with the GoFundMe, we would gladly appreciate it. And where can they find that at?
You can find it on
Shock, right? You can give them your information. You can post it.
Let me
Or you can put it in the box. The chat. But once this live is finished, people who will come back and look at this video, I don't think they'll be able to get it from the chat. So.
Yeah, they will.
Okay.
So, let me put this into the chat right now. Make sure everyone.
So while he's putting that in the chat, I want to talk about another product that I don't think a lot of people really speak about. Is that is very helpful. It's very helpful to boost your immune system up. We're going through a very trying time. I think this time is more trying than ever regarding this Rona pandemic, right? The reason why I say that is because Dr. Fauci went live and said that people are super spreaders. So the people that are taking the vaccines are kind of spreading it all around. And even the people who didn't take, the slabber jabber, once again, is getting certain things. Then we have the regular flu season that's out, the cold season that's out. So a lot of people are getting sick more than ever. Children obviously are involved in this now. A lot of them took the slabber jabber. So it's just a mix of so many things. So it's something called LDM 100, okay? LDM 100 is safe for children and adults to take, and is an outstanding herb to have on hand to fight any virus. I repeat, virus, bacteria, or a fungal infection. And if you have Lyme, shingles, mono, Epstein-Barr, herpes, or just a cold or flu, LDM 100 should be at the top of your list to try. All right. So with that being said, make sure you guys go and get you some LDM M100, L like Larry, D like dog, M like Michael. 100. Look it up on Google. It should come up. I don't think a lot of information comes up about this, but research that herb is something to have. At Carbon Juice Lounge, we'll be having that, so you guys can stop by and get you a dropper or two. I can't steaming is good. Whether you go the old-fashioned way and you boil you water in a pot, once it steams up, put the towel over your head and just sit there for a little while. Obviously, that's not something you want to do when you're getting ready to go outside. But steaming is really great, especially when the viruses is trying to stay up in your nose. You guys already know about the vitamin D, and I'm saying all of these things. Hopefully, I don't get flagged because whatever. Vitamin D, vitamin C, and zinc is a must. Obviously, if things get worse and you just can't find yourself breathing and so many other things is happening, obviously you have to go to your nearest emergency room and stuff like that. But I've been telling people that when you go to the hospital and they give you what they give you, that's a quick fixer, right? And then with that quick fixer, you're going to have other underlying issues going on. If you get a medicine for your heart, the side effects may affect your lung and your kidney and your liver, or may give you cancer. So with herbs is a lifestyle. It has to be consistent. You can't wait till the last minute when you're sick and you're not doing well and you take it and you say it don't work. So that's all I have to give you for now. If you want to know anything about any other holistic remedies, concoctions, or anything like that, just stay connected with Carbon Juice Lounge. Carbon Juice Lounge is definitely a platform now used to just show whatever we learn, we put out there. Back to you, Ed. You know how to... My bad. You know how they be on the news? They'll be talking to me like, back to you, Michael. Like, oh, yes.
To you, Jim.
Jim, back to you. You know what? Although you guys may not be able to see this video, I want to play this video. And I do suggest that you guys go on IG and you go to Shock Dog's Instagram. I promise you guys. You will not be disappointed. You may be a little bit upset and be in disagreeing, but the things that he posts up there is beyond me. All right. So let's listen to a post that he did. Hopefully, did you send it to me? Where the news reporter was talking. Let me just let this be out. Oh, I'm so upset that my well, let's start with this one.
Because when you're unvaccinated, you can catch COVID, spread it, and die from it. But when you're vaccinated, you can catch COVID, spread it, and die from it. But you're vaccinated. You're vaccinated.
So that's one. But let me give you like a more serious one. That was just playing around. That's for play. Before we close out. Hello, Shock. Are you looking for something to show them? No.
Yeah, I am. Oh, snap.
Well, I'm looking for what I've already...
Oh.
Are you okay?
Damn, there's something I want to play, but I can't play it.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because... It's unfortunate. There's so many things that we want to show, and unfortunately we can't show them. So I am looking for my clip. Where's the clip where the news reporter was talking about her experience? She had taken the slabber jabber, but she said that this is deeper than that because it's a never-ending situation. Where is that video at? Is it on your page?
I don't know.
Okay, he don't know. Well, until next time, guys. Until next time. Because you can't make this up. That is one clip that we definitely need to show. At least, it's taking a risk. It is taking a risk. I ain't going to even lie. But well, let's listen to this one. Oops, sorry.
That means, Sandra, that essentially we fired folks that don't have COVID but that have not got a vaccination, and we are bringing back to work people with COVID but who have got a vaccination. To you.
Hold on, that's an unbelievable moment in this pandemic, Jeff. So how are they justifying firing unvaccinated workers who don't have COVID, but then they're using those who are testing positive, but they're vaccinated?
Well, you may not agree with it, but here's the thinking. The thinking is that the earlier you are into having gotten the virus, the more likely you are to shed it and...
Yeah. As we go along, things won't start making sense. It doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up. They can't justify it, and they just cannot do it. And you can tell this to a cat right now, and the cat is gonna say meow, and their meow is like, man, get out of here. I mean, at this point, nothing is making sense. And then you have some people that are just so argumentative about it, which is just very surprising to me. It is one thing to just, want to take it just to get it over with because you don't want to deal with the backlash and the pressure. I'm fine with that. But it's just interesting to me when you really are believing this at this time, when you're not even questioning what's going on. You're not questioning whether or not what they're saying to you is making sense. And it's just like, okay, if somebody promised you $1 million tomorrow and you get up to and you go get it the next day and you get there and they promise you that they'll give you the $1 million and they don't give it to you right there. Excuse me. They give you, you go to claim the $1 million and they tell you, oh, we don't have it. Come back next week. Then you come back next week and they tell you you don't have it, but they don't have it again. And then they promise you the week after they'll have it. They promise you this is going to happen. And then when you get there the next week after that, they make some excuse of why you can't retrieve the funds right now. And then, do you continue to believe that person once you've experienced not once, but twice and even 3 times that, okay, something's wrong here. Every time I attempt to get something that you promised me, I never get it. So what is the likelihood of you actually getting it? And what is the likelihood of you actually believing them each and every time? Each and every time they tell you that they're going to give it to you. That is just the example I can use right now in regards to the Rona. We have had a sequence. We have archives. I can't wait till I get an editor who can just sit there and we can sit there together and kind of like extract whatever we need from these videos. We went into damn near hiding for 3 months. I never thought this could even happen to us. Not a single person was outside unless you were supposedly an essential worker. Then from there, they opened up the place partially. Okay. Then from partially, they opened up the place. They said you had to have the mask. Then from the mask, they said if you take the slabber jabber and we reach 70%, we'll open up fully. Then when you open up fully, they said that you only had to have 1 vaccine. Then 1 vaccine turned into 2 vaccines. Then 2 vaccines turned into you have to have the booster. If you don't get the booster, now the 2 vaccines that you've literally just taken is null and void. It don't exist anymore, and you're not considered fully vaccinated, and now you have to get a second booster and a third booster. Now you have to get the booster plus wear your mask. Now you're a super spreader. Now you're a super spreader, but you won't ascend from this. But then come to find out, people who still had it is still ascending from this. And then now the people who didn't take it is getting sick. Don't y'all see like something is clearly wrong? And now now that at some point within that story, I failed to mention that the unVs had to take the slabber jabber in order to protect the people who already took the slabber jabber. It is a pure mess. And how I said it is how it's being conveyed to us live from people who journalists, from the so-called scientists who claim to be the best of the best. Not to mention thousands of adverse effects and deaths are not being reported. Not to mention so many people, athletes are dropping on the floor, whether they get back up or they stay down there, and it's not being reported. Something is wrong. People are using the excuse of the regular schedule, the regular inoculated schedules, right? They're using that and saying, well, if you took that, what's the problem with this? Well, there is a big problem. People within 2 days are dropping. And the other ones were not good with it itself, but it had a long-term effect that people know without a shadow of a doubt. Even the scheduled vaccines, they had to change their verbiage on the CDC. Not to mention the CDC is now having some backlash because they have to revamp what's going on right now today, and they have how to handle or deal with zombies, 10 ways to deal with zombies on the CDC website. It is completely chaotic right now. And all I'm trying to say is it just requires for everyone to ask a few questions and make your decision. Because if you ask these questions and you have some common sense, you're going to know something ain't right. Something's just not right. And y'all know we never got free French fries. We never got free lotto tickets. We never got free dating, free, I don't know, you have to pay a fee to get on a date, fees to get on the dating sites, okay? We've never got that from any other slabber jabber given to us. We never got it for cancer. We never got it for any other underlying illness, any other dis-ease, anything. So this slabber jabber is way different from everything else on that alone. We've never been offered anything free. Anything. Cancer should have been a pandemic. Flu definitely should have been a pandemic. We've never gotten anything free. But this one, we're getting something free. Too many red flags. Too many to ignore. And even the ones who took the slabber jabber are questioning it now. And I'm thankful that they are. Back to you, John. You can end it out. Shout out to the chat.
Alright. I'm trying to end it out on a real...
Why you took too long. I tried to hold you down and it's like you're still not ready. Okay. John.
Hold on. Let me get this video up and then we can end it. We can end it.
But all that time you could have had the video up.
What do you mean? I had to find the video.
John.
I can't see your face.
John.
No, matter of fact, while I'm looking for this,
You gotta look for it.
I know while I'm loading this up,
Yeah, you can take me up the camera.
there's a question that was posed to me earlier. There was a question that was posed to me earlier. Now, I was asked if I would like to become wealthy, but I could never have another orgasm. I could be wealthy and have no orgasm, or I could have an orgasm and not be wealthy. Now, I pose this question to everybody in the chat, everybody watching, rather. What would you do? Which way are you going? Would you like to be wealthy and to never have an orgasm again or experience an orgasm again? Or would you like to continue having an orgasm but not be wealthy? What y'all got? I really want to know. I mean, I really want to know, because this is interesting. So, y'all let me know what y'all think about that, and what side of the table are you on when it comes to that? You know? Now, let me get these videos situated for y'all real quick, and then we could ride this puppy right on the out of here. The zombies. Yeah, so what's the deal with the zombies though?
Yeah, if you Google zombie CDC, it will put you directly to the CDC website. You click on there, and it will literally say how to handle 10 ways on how to handle any apocalypse, zombie apocalypse. You can't make that up. This is on a government website.
Yeah. So this is something y'all definitely want to So we got one answer. Somebody is Wiz say he want to be able to keep rocking that boat. He said orgasm.
Yeah, right.
You know, that's interesting.
Very much so.
That is very, very interesting. Interesting. So that's how y'all going with it. That's how y'all rocking. Okay. So nobody else got an answer for that? Nobody else want to chime in on that? Y'all good? Oh, Takia says wealth.
Right.
Okay. So we got one for orgasm and one for wealth. How we doing this? What else y'all got? I give y'all a couple minutes to think about it. Y'all should know. Said, oh shit, it's time to get out of the inner cities. That's a fact. But I want to know what you think about my question, though. I want to know what you feel. Okay. Waji said wealth. Oh, Takia said, I had a lot of orgasms, never had that wealth.
Facts. That's what I'm talking about. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We already had them orgasms. We know how they feel. It's time to get to the wealth. That's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah. I had to think about it. I thought for a while on that one, but it was wealth for me. You know what I'm saying? So was the rest of y'all scared? Alright. It's alright.
What is your what would you take?
I just said it.
My bad, I didn't hear it. What did you say?
You gotta play it. You hear it on the repeat. You gotta hear it on the repeat. Okay. I said, if you were posed with an opportunity, right? The question is, if you had the chance, if somebody said to you, you could be wealthy, but you can never ever experience another orgasm, or you can experience intense orgasms but not be wealthy, which one would you choose? Would you choose the wealth or the orgasms? That's kind of what the orgasm is. He said, if I'm reading the question correctly, Takia said, "What about nuts?" Yeah, that's the orgasm.
Not necessarily.
For a man, yes.
Okay.
So we don't have like different kind of orgasms. It's like, you know,
So you can't have an orgasm without nothing.
no. Well, let me
We
think
spoke
about
about
that.
spinal retention and all.
You can, yeah, you can
Okay.
have it, but it doesn't. It's not the same. It's not the same.
I think we need to research that.
It's not the same. It's not the same. It's called an orgasm, but it's an orgasm, but it's not the same intense euphoria as, you know,
An orgasm.
for no, there's no difference in men. You know what I'm saying? There's no difference in men. All right, Yashanar, you, all right, one more time. You have, you get to be wealthy, but never experience an orgasm. Okay, you got it. All right, he said hands down the wealth for sure, no doubt. Okay, so most of us is talking about the wealth. Wiz, you were the only knucklehead who said, I would prefer to have an orgasm. Them orgasms must be really important to you, brother.
It is for him to
No, no, no. I'm just saying. I'm not responding to anything. I'm just like, I need an explanation because you're the only one that said orgasm. What's your
Thought process.
right? Exactly. What's your thought process in the orgasm? I'm really curious. Now, if it was more of a balance, then we just have an open conversation about it. But you on the other side of the table by yourself on this one. So it's the Wizmore show right now. So I need to know what's happening.
I think he just did that for attention.
No, he says I can always work on that wealth. No, you can't. If you have an orgasm, you will not be wealthy. It's either or.
Damn.
You can't work on it. If you want to keep busting, you know what I'm saying? Busting lick shot upon them, then you will not be wealthy. You just be wealthy and lick shot upon them.
What the hell is this big shot on?
But because keep in mind, fellas, you can have a lot of sex and not have very many orgasms. You know what I'm saying? And it's actually advised that if you're going to partake in, the oldest exercise in antiquity, then you could do it without even experiencing an orgasm. And you may be better off for it. Because they say when you have these orgasms, you shorten your lifespan. I don't know how true that is. I just, I hear about it. You know what I'm saying? I heard from, Craig and them told me. Craig and them told me that, that's what had happened. So, I mean, this is very interesting. You know.
I don't know who the hell you are talking about something. Man, listen.
Somewhat.
Well, at the end of the day, we know where everyone's mindset is at. Money over orgasms all day. Matter of fact, having the wealth will give you the orgasm. So on that note, I feel like you can get the wealth and then pay for some surgery to get the orgasm and get behind the people's back.
Nah, see, you can't even do that.
All right.
Can't even do that.
All right.
It's not like you can kind of, you're given a choice. Let's say, God came down and asked you this because he's taking one back with him.
All right. Well, still back to the wealth. All right, Bob. We got to close up.
All right. So, we appreciate all of y'all for being on. We back in effect. House of Harlem Studio. We working some kinks out because we got a situation going on. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy that said, we got to get to that bag. We're getting to that bag. The bag is actually getting to us. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't chase no bread down. You know what I'm saying? I go out there and I go out there and I get it. Like every one of y'all, you go out there, you go get it. You ain't got to be chasing it. You know what I'm saying? Because then you be running for your life. So, shout out to all of y'all in the chat. Shout out to everybody that participated. Craig and them, no doubt. You know, definitely get with us on Sunday when we do the Sunday build. You know what I'm saying?
Whoever else is in the New York tri-state area,
Yeah.
pull up. We're sponsoring
Yeah.
the Carbon Juice Lounge,
Oh,
all right?
yeah. That's what's up. You know,
Pull
one
up.
of the sponsors is Carbon Juice Lounge, and we definitely want
Game
to.
nights on Friday night, yo. Don't miss it.
Game night is on Friday night, so definitely get with us and let it be known. All right. So for the hostess with the mostest, the goddess Kia L. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Checking out physically and mentally. I'm Shaka L Bay. Go to my Instagram. It's at Shock Dogs. SHAKDAWGS. For anybody that wants to contribute to our brother Muhammad's GoFundMe, you know, anybody in the Florida territory, close to Fort Lauderdale or Miami, you know, his service is going to be this Saturday. We're going to send the brother off home right. You know what I mean? So get with us. And then Sunday we have the Sunday build. You can send an email to diggydonmusic@gmail.com. I'm going to put it into the chat so everybody can see it. Anybody that wants to participate in the Sunday build forum, where we go in there, we talking law and commerce and freedom. So get with us on there, send an email here, and you will be put on the list. And we'll be back at this thing next Thursday with some more fun facts and, you know, foolery. We like to have fun with this, bringing y'all that infotainment. We have fun bringing y'all that infotainment. So we want to say peace and love to everybody. Have a tremendous weekend. Keep in mind though, Mercury is going into retrograde tomorrow. Matter of fact, tonight after midnight. You know, so be mindful. Make sure you're doing your meditations. Make sure you're keeping your thoughts positive, because everything around you is going to be going haywire. Traffic, all kinds of things. So be mindful of that. And we gonna get things rocking. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Come on up, man. You know, we gonna yeah, we need to sit down, break bread, and have a meeting of the minds. You know, Yashawn, let's have a meeting of the minds. Let's build on you know, what our endeavors are and everything that we partaking in and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, let's make it work. All right, I'm being long-winded, so I got that red light. The red light is on over my head, so I'll see y'all on Sunday, and we'll see y'all next Thursday. We may be moving the time to either 8:30 or 9 o'clock, so we can be on here, have a little bit more fun, and people, you know, who have to get on a little bit later, they'll still be able to get on. So stay tuned. House of Harlem TV on Instagram. You'll get all of the information but we're going to either start at 8:30 or 9 o'clock moving forward. All right? So check this out. We're going to leave y'all on this note, and we out of here.
You got your sideburns and all that? That shit is fire, Pop. Yeah. That shit is fire.
Hey, women say all men cheat, but on Maury, they say 80% of men are not the father.